Hello, YouTube community. It's Allison Sharp joined with Kami Luna. Kami is one of my clients who joined the CTC Content to Conversion 4-week program. Kami, can you please introduce yourself to the community?
Of course. Hi, my name is Kami Luna. I am an online and fitness coach based in New York City, and I specialize in working with busy professional women and working moms.
Yes, yes, yes. Kami came and joined the CTC Content to Conversion 4-week program, and she took off. 5 sales in a week. To give you some context, the CTC 4-week program was all about conversions, the foundations of conversion, and helping each client understand what it looked like to create a sales funnel and pipeline. So they got the fundamentals of the sales process and learning that, right? It's 4 weeks long. Kami came in because she was going through a dry sales period and she really needed to know like how can I create this sales funnel and understand the foundation of conversion so I can always see this consistently in my business. She came in and she obtained 5 sales in a week. Now, from the last testimonial in this one, the number one thing that both these women hold is implementation. They are quick to implementing. They ask the right questions, the questions that help them to go to the other side where the results are found. Kami came in, she was patient with the process, she asked questions, and she implemented, and she engaged with every girl in the group chat. When you engage and when you show up, you get more. Kami, can you please walk us through like how did you do this? So what inspired you to join the 4-week program, CTC? What inspires you?
Really inspired me to join the Content to Conversion 4-week program was the fact that I found myself at a bit of a crossroad. I had been a fitness instructor and fitness coach working in gyms since 2019, meaning I was an employee for other gyms and other corporations. As a single mom, I knew that that wasn't a sustainable it wasn't a sustainable job for me because I had to work under the conditions and under the working hours of other people, and I wasn't able to create a life that was really fitting myself and prioritizing my son and my time with him. And so I made the decision to go fully independent. It was a bit of a scary decision, if I'm being honest. And I made the decision to go fully independent and mid-November of 2024 is when I made that full switch. If I'm being honest, I didn't necessarily, I did plan for it. And at the same time, I had an intuitive hit that just told me the time is now. So I listened. Everything aligned, my client sessions, all ended at the same time. So everything really seemed to align. And the day that I came home from my last day at that job, I was scrolling on Instagram or something, and I saw Allison's video promoting the Content to Conversion 4-week program. I followed Allison for I don't even know how long now, a couple months, I don't even know. And I've learned so much from Allison's lives and from the content and the emails. So I knew that if I really, really wanted to give myself and my new business the proper head start or the proper foundation, I had to invest in it. That's just what it comes down to. I knew that I had to invest, and I knew that I had to invest with Allison and Allison's programs. Or leaving my job in the gym before deciding I was no longer going to be an employee for a corporation, I did have my online fitness business, but I was treating it a lot more like a hobby and not something that I was really investing my time and energy into. It was a passive hobby that I knew I wanted to convert into a business. I just didn't know how to make that transition happen. Did have a very long sales dry season because probably because I was treating it like a hobby.
And that's usually what it is, always. When you treat it like a hobby, you end up getting hobby-ish money. And we had to leave that behind, especially
Mm-hmm.
because she's full-time. And when you're full-time, you can afford to be doing a little here or there. What was your
Absolutely.
experience like during the program?
It was phenomenal. Honestly, phenomenal. Um, I took so much more out of it than I really thought I would. I knew it was going to be a good investment. I knew it was going to be helpful. I hoped it would help me make sales. But the whole experience ended up being really and I don't I know this is going to sound like dramatic, but it really was this way. It really was like life changing, not just for my business, but how I see myself as a businesswoman, but as a person and as a woman moving through this earth. It was truly a phenomenal experience. Um it was life altering. It
Wow.
really was though.
I enjoyed having you. I loved the container. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Was there a particular strategy or lesson that made the biggest difference for you? Like, what was the thing that just made it click for you?
It was a lot about the community aspect. And you have a very special way of really emphasizing community.
Mm.
And it's not really something that I can put my finger on. It's not really something I can put into words. But Allison, you do have a really special way of blending your spiritual, energy and your business energy and your CEO energy, and it all just comes out so beautifully. And it resonates with me very well because I consider myself a spiritual woman and a divine feminine and things like that. So just the way that you spoke of bringing it back to community was very, very impactful for me because once I understood that it's not about sales, it's not about being salesy, it's about impacting your community. Once that truly clicked for me, it made a world of difference in how I perceived everything else. So as far as like the actual strategies that really worked for me, it was the direct reach out, especially through DMs on Instagram and through email. So if we're speaking about strategy, that strategy is what I found to be most impactful. But if we're speaking about mindset, I was able to do that and I was able to feel comfortable reaching out through DMs directly and reaching out to email directly because I had the mindset of I'm helping my community. I'm helping people who have expressed interest in what I do, who have worked with me before, who resonate with my posts and my stories and things like that. And I made it extremely personalized every single time I reached out. I didn't copy paste anything. I was personalizing the DMs and I was, by name, hi, da da da, like I want to personally invite you to my program. And then I would share little tidbits of like either memories that I had from them or posts that I remember that they liked or that they messaged me about and things like that. And I made it very, very personal because I wanted to make sure that they didn't feel like I was being salesy and instead they felt my true intention, which was to help them on their fitness journey and to help them get back on track.
Oh, y'all heard that? Now that was 5,000 worth of business strategy right there. She personalized each DM and then got a memory to attach to each DM. Um, Kami, that right there was good.
Thank you. It's the truth though. It's the truth. And I've always been very, human focused and community focused. That's always been my intention. I just realized that I had a couple of like blurred lines or I had a little bit of disconnect in the sense that I've always perceived myself and I feel like, and I know I am a community and person-led person. I truly believe that my gift and my purpose on this earth is to help people through their fitness and through movement. And at the same time, I was starting to get some like in a sense like misinformation about like okay, I shouldn't be salesy then. I shouldn't give into like the capitalist mindset. I shouldn't do these things that was like blocking me from actually being able to help the people that needed my help. And
Mm.
the program helped me do that. The program truly helped me see past that. And like your words truly helped me see past that and truly understand that it's not about like it's not about self-interest. Obviously, like we want to grow as people and we want to experience life's luxuries and the best things that life has to offer. Of course, there's that aspect as entrepreneurs. And at the same time, at the end of the day, I grow as a businesswoman and as a person because I help other people grow. So it's, yeah, that whole mindset shift that I received throughout the 4 weeks was literally, literally life changing.
Mm, mm. Listen, y'all, there are hackers and people out here who scam people for a living, sending, they do 2,000 calls a day. And you got people who are good-hearted, only doing 50 DMs. People who actually have something to offer and something to show the world, and they settle with 30 calls and 50 DMs, and probably less than that. So I'm just frustrated right now. Hackers are doing 2,000 calls plus per day. So when you go, "Ugh, I just don't want to reach out to them," like Cammy has said, I just don't want to, reach out to them because, and she had to make that shift. It was because she realized people actually did want her to reach out. Now, of course, you will always have those who won't respond, who cares
Mhm.
about. But there are those who are waiting to get a DM by you. Like when this girl DM me, I'm gonna run right on in. I'm just waiting. Like the people, like they're doing that. Especially when you ask those questions like, hey, what are you dealing with? What are you going through? It's like, I can finally talk about it. I've been holding this in, but you just now created a space where they can talk about it. This goes into question 4, the big one that y'all here for. Like, girl, I just want to know how she got the 5 sales, because how did she do that? I'm gonna let Kami break it down for y'all. Kami, tell the people, how did you do that?
Short answer is I directly asked. That's the short answer. The long answer is that as soon as I encountered you, Allison, and I did like a free workshop a couple months ago, and you mentioned something about building an email list. So I had started then, right? If we're looking at the long scope of thing or the overall scope of things, I started then. I started by trying to connect with my audience via my email list, my marketing list. And then at the start of the 4 week container, you mentioned to start introducing yourself to your audience, as in go through the follows list and say hi, introduce yourself to everyone who follows you, and things like that. So that's exactly what I did. This was actually the week of winter break. So it was around December 20th that I started doing this. I was at the airport and I'm sending DMs to a bunch of people, and I'm like, hi, I noticed that you recently followed me, or I noticed you've been following me for a while. I want to get to know you and I want to get to know all of my followers. So I wanted to introduce myself and just get to know you. Tell me a little bit about your fitness goals and what you've been doing lately. And started conversations that way. A bunch of people left me on red, and that's okay. And a bunch of people responded. And it was really fun actually getting to hear about their struggles and getting to hear about what was blocking them from reaching their fitness and health goals. And I also, thankfully, had I have three free ebooks, so 3 lead magnets. And so at some point in the conversations, I was realizing that I had ebooks already for them. I had solutions for them. So at some point in the conversation, they would mention something like, I'm a busy mom. I don't want to make multiple meals a day that fit with my goals. Fantastic. I have a free guide specifically for busy moms that want to elevate their nutrition without having to cook extra meals. So it was these little moments of genuine connection that I was finding. And it was also really exciting for me because I really got to see like, oh no, I have my audience already. I just need to be direct with them. And so I did these intros around December 20th. just to introduce myself, not to be salesy or to make calls or anything like that, just to say hi. And January 1st is when I had this light bulb moment and I was like, I'm gonna do a fitness challenge. And so I announced it and then I hit the DMs again. And those same people that I had DM'd and introduced myself to, I came back to them and I was like, hey, I wanted to let you know, I wanted to personally invite you to this fitness challenge that I'm doing. It's 8 weeks long. And based off of what we talked about, I really think that this is going to be a great fit for you and help you stay motivated, accountable, help you reach XYZ goals that we talked about. And I reached out to former clients who I can see when they open my emails. I know when they like my stories and things like that. And so I reached out to former clients and when I say former clients, I mean from like 4 years ago that I haven't even spoken to, but I know that they're watching my content and I know that they're opening my emails. So I reached out to them, either direct DMs or direct emails. Um, Basically told them I'm hosting a free challenge. I would, or not a free challenge. It's not free. Uh, and basically told them I'm hosting a challenge and I would love to have you there. I miss training with you. I have these memories and I would like write out the memories. I remember when da da da. I remember when I helped you reach these goals. I remember when whatever. And a couple of people were immediately, I'm in. 5 people. Immediately, I'm in. So it was that was my strategy, just taking a genuine interest in my community, actually wanting to help them, even when it just meant giving them a free ebook and making a direct ask.
Mm, mm. That's literally it. You have to be, I think also too, Kami, you mentioned such a great point when you said that because a lot of people tend to go, I mean, I assume they know the offers in the link in bio, so I won't do much promotion. They'll find it themselves. I mean, yeah, I got this huge freaking audience. Like they know where to go. They know to go here and there. They know to no, they don't. And like Kami had told y'all, she said you gotta be direct to your people. Point them on where to go. And then you need to outline the ROI. Y'all should be writing this stuff down. What Kami did was give a clear picture of the ROI to her person. So as the person was reading the DM, they were able to visualize who they were going to become after they got the offer. It's 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 as simple as offering. Kami, thank you so much for mentioning that.
Of course.
How has your mindset or approach to your business changed after completing the program? How do you feel now about creating content that converts?
A lot has changed. And most specifically, my perspective has changed and also my systems have changed. So I wasn't clear on a sales pipeline before. I honestly, I don't even think I had heard of that term before. Um, Prior to investing in this program, I saw myself as a fitness coach. I do exercises and I tell people like what to, not what to eat, but I give guidance and I saw myself as that. And now I see myself as a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. And I never knew, I don't think I even knew what the word sales pipeline was. I didn't even know what ROI meant, Allison. So like day one, like our first meeting and you mentioned ROI and everyone in the chat is like, uh-huh, like yes, they're taking it in. And I make a note and I literally go, Google ROI.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And you're like, oh, okay.
Right, exactly. And so like I learned a lot of new terms, which is cool. And I really established and created a sales pipeline. So at this point, I could really tell you like what my entire sales process is or what my sales pipeline is from content to sales. And I can really outline that for you. And it does start with engaging content and the lead magnets and the smaller lower ticket offers and then shifting that into mid ticket offers, high ticket offers. Like I have it all mapped out and I realized that when I started my challenge, it was about the week that the 4 week program ended. And it was such a perfect example and a perfect visual of how my sales process actually, like, I created it from the start of the program until the end. And not only did I write down, create my sales pipeline, but I was able to test it out and see that it was actually effective.
Cami. Wow. So you was able to get a whole map of the conversion process. Like you now know exactly like the business side of it,
Mhm.
the systems, the pipelines. Wow.
It literally it by establishing those systems, it really did create a shift in me to where even my best friend, even the people around me, even other colleagues like trainers that I know from other gyms and things like that, they're applauding me on how I just like launched my business, hit the ground running. They're applauding me on the difference in my content. Like I have a friend, a colleague who's also a fitness coach, business owner, and she told me yesterday, and I worked with her for a little bit, as in, like, I was her assistant for a little bit. And she told me yesterday that I inspire her to do more for her business. And it's really been like such an incredible like shift. My best friend was like, you don't feel like someone who just has like little business. Like you feel like a businesswoman. And she told me that one of my email blasts like made her cry, which is like crazy because she's a Capricorn, so she doesn't cry.
A Capricorn cry? Oh yeah, you official. You are official. Give me a
Yeah.
Capricorn cry, period. You official. That's amazing. Amazing. What would you say to those who deeply desire my training?
Make it happen. Find a way to make it happen. Honestly, that's it. Just if you're serious about seeing yourself as a business owner, a business person, a business woman, if you're serious about that and you're serious about switching your little hobby into an actual business, a profitable business, you need to just make it happen and invest in the course. In a course, in a class, in a something, you just need to make it happen. I shared with you, Allison, that like I am at the beginning stages of my business. So I don't have a whole bunch of like revenue, and then plus like I'm a single mom. So the revenue that I do get, like I tend to like hold on to it very tightly. And I knew that I had to make it happen.
Mhm.
I ended up getting a small business credit card. Now this is not financial advice, guys. Like I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I did, because I knew that I had to invest, and I knew that I needed the support and knowledge, and I knew that I was going to get my investment back
Wow.
10 times. And I basically already did. So make it happen.
Mm. Cammy, I am going to throw my laptop at my at my TV because you just said a whole lot.
Sorry, I'm a yapper. I talk.
You said, I mean, that was so good. I don't play with people. I don't play about your time. I don't play with your
Mhm.
money. I don't play. And that's why I always say coaching the profession. You have people out here saying, oh, coaching, yeah, you should be able to. Me, it's a profession. Okay.
Absolutely.
Which means professional. Professional is work. Okay. Um, I take this very seriously. And people are, and it's actually crazy. It's the same thing that Braun Cammy in is the same thing that turns so many people off from me. And I love that. That's why my teaching style is what it is, because it's meant to bring in the right person, right? I take it seriously. Some people don't take it seriously. Some people like, I just want to come up in here and just make a bag. That's not, I want to make impact and change lives because wealth goes beyond finances. Wealth is what Kami did. She made a Capricorn cry to email. That's wealth. It's wealth. It's the building of wealth. It's making someone feel something so deeply. You're already wealthy. The fact you woke up, wealth. You're healthy, wealth. The business is running. Even if you got a free template download, it's still wealth because it's all creation and action, right? Now you have to make that wealth into finances. And it's where I lose women. They love the conversation of spiritual wealth. When I say converting to cash, how we do that? Kami just broke it down for you. Create systems. Invest in your business. Get that business account open. Get that LLC established. Get everything set up and learn systems. You should be investing in programs, courses, books, templates. All these things are high-end education. It's education. And it's only going to get better and really pop when you invest. Period. So I'm so glad that Kami, you was able to break things down for the people because people were like, how did she do that? Like, how? Thank you so much for breaking that down. You broke it down to a T.
Thank you for helping me identify like what exactly to break down, like
Hmm.
what exactly to do so that I could explain it back. I will
Hmm.
also say, Allison, I keep saying this and like I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I'm very, very grateful for you. And you mentioned how some people get turned off by how serious you take it. And also, um, like you said, that's what attracts the people who are going to benefit most from your services and from your work. And because you showed up every time and take it so serious, that's what motivated me to take everything serious. Because I could have just like shown up and listened and nodded, like you said, right? I could have done that. But instead, I know that you're investing so much time and effort into your courses. It was almost like I didn't want you to waste your time on me.
Oh Lord.
So so your perspective or your approach to everything is perfect. And the way that you share how much effort and work and love you put into your courses, into your content, into your work, it invites people like me or who have mindsets like me to show up and meet you halfway. Because at the end of the day, and I say this to my clients too,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, a coaching client relationship is a relationship like any other, and you have to meet each other.
Mm,
So I didn't want you to feel like you were wasting your time on me. So thank you for always showing up for me and for all of the community.
mm. Thank you. I almost teared up.
I have a way of making people tear up apparently. I have a way of doing that.
Especially earth signs. I'm a Virgo. I'm like, girl, you making earth signs cry. What?
I know I'm a Capricorn moon. And the funny thing is I think it's also because I'm a Libra sun. So like
Mm,
I have a very like open heart. And so
mm.
so I'm very like I've learned how to like keep that balance of like the Capricorn moon like shut off and like the Libra sun like open heart. And
Mm.
so like I feel like I've learned a good balance of it's like I know when to shut it off and then I also know when to like let it flow.
You
So
know, Tammy, that moon is moons are connected to emotions. So
Mhm.
you are very good at grasping the emotions of earth signs. Like if you want to make an earth sign cry, talk about their work ethic. Talk
Oh
about
yeah.
you appreciate their
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
cry.
My Capricorn best friend, the email that made her cry was I throughout this 4-week process, because I got so clear on like my branding and my audience, thanks to the course, I made like an email blast announcement where I just like specified that I was rebranding the course the challenge that I launched last minute. I rebranded it. I gave an explanation as to why. I was previously calling it the Fit Mommy Challenge. And then I sent out an email blast and I was like, basically saying the name doesn't resonate with me. I called it that because I didn't know what else to call it, but I had a light bulb moment today and I want to rename it to the Strong Her Challenge because And I like spoke directly to my people, to my audience, and I said, because when I think of you, I think of a strong, ambitious woman who balances it all perfectly, who juggles work, career, life, friends, and now you just need to add the element of yourself and taking care of yourself and your health, and that's what I'm here for. But when I think of you, I think of a strong woman, and calling you a fit mommy or a fit girly doesn't resonate. And so I made this like email blast, like basically saying that, and I ended it with saying like, well, like thank you for being part of my Strong Her collective. And my best friend, Capricorn girl, she was like, this email made me cry just from seeing your business growth and your growth as a person. And I'm like, thank you
Mm.
for that.
Listen, earth signs love work. Like they
Yeah.
cry. They cry at transformation. They cry at work ethic. They cry.
Yeah.
Honestly. So Kami, keep on because you're gonna get a lot of earth sign clients and earth signs got
Facts though.
I'm just saying, with them Capricorns and Virgos, they're gonna always have some cash. So you keep on
Like
making me cry.
I'm thinking about my clients and I'm like, okay, off the top of my head, I know one Capricorn client, one Taurus vibe client. I know they're there. Yeah.
Listen, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns. I'm just gonna give y'all a spiritual tip. If you want to get the money, go towards some earth sign clients because they are going to pay you.
Mhm.
Okay. So Cammy, you got some going good. Keep on. You'll be at 5 billion in no time because you got some earth signs on your side. Okay, okay. So we are wrapping up, you guys. However, you have a time. You have the time to come in. Join the Sovereign Mindset Mastery Business Training Academy. So, the sales and leadership training that will take your business from hobbyist to high conversion CEO. Look at what we've done for Kami. Look at what Kami did for herself, right? Now, imagine that in a 10-month curriculum and academy where the focus is strongly targeting messaging, offers, energy, your energy being loved, admired, and invested in, right? Through cell call training, learning DM writing systems and structure that allowed my client to close her client through DMs. And this client closed 5 people, okay? Learn the strategic content that makes your audience go, where's the link? Build automated systems where you can create outcomes as you get paid. You'll find yourself with a business that works for you, not against you. I want to let everyone know that my blood is in this, which means that I just don't be like, oh girl, she must be doing. No, I worked hard for this. Okay. My blood, sweat, and tears is in this academy. I put my everlasting being in this academy. Okay. You guys already know. I am heavy on sovereign leadership, which is women being able to stand alone in their mission and their destiny. Even when others don't see it, they see it. And they are exalted in that same vision. That same vision makes them rich and free because they stood in it 10 toes. Okay. So if you want to come in, you can click the link in my description or in the comment section. Book a sales call with me to get started. Book a sales call. Okay. We start on February the 1st. We already have enrollments, and I am excited to welcome more in. Again, book your discovery call and we'll get you started. All right, Cami, any lasting words?
No, I think I've yapped enough.
All right, you guys, we're gonna go. Peace out.